Hello friends, today we're making vegan lemon blueberry macarons. They are filled with lemon buttercream and blueberry jam. Also, I'm going to show you how to make the shells into two different colors from the same batter to create the swirl effect. If you like macaron recipes, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. We're going to start by preparing our piping bags. So I'm going to snip the end of this one piping bag and I'm going to line it with a large round piping tip. And then I'm going to place it in this cup so later it will make it easier for us to place the other two batters inside. And we'll set this aside for later. And let's sift the dry ingredients. Let's start by sifting 110 grams of powdered sugar. And also sift 110 grams of almond flour. It's very important to leave the ingredients pre-measured before you start actually making the macarons. This is going to make things much easier. Now we'll set the dry ingredients aside for later. Now it's time to start making our aquafaba meringue. We're going to need 75 grams of aquafaba, straight from the can. Add a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar. Before, I used to reduce the aquafaba, and in some of my videos you will see that I'm reducing the aquafaba before whipping it, and now I don't do that anymore. I just use it straight from the can. After whipping for about a minute, start adding the sugar. Add the sugar slowly in about 3 additions to give the sugar a chance to incorporate with the aquafaba. And then continue to whip until the meringue achieves stiff peaks. The whole whipping might take even up to 15 minutes. It might take more or less time depending on your mixer, on the aquafaba, and on the speed you're using. The peaks here are too soft as you can see, so we need to keep whipping a little bit longer. You will know the meringue is ready when the peaks are shooting straight up, just like you can see here. Now let's add the sifted dry ingredients to the meringue. And we're going to start folding with a spatula until the dry ingredients are incorporated with the meringue. In this case, since we're going to split the batter to make two different colors, all we need to do is just stir this until you see no more streaks of dry ingredients. And then we're going to split this between two different bowls. And we're going to cover the bowl we're not using so it doesn't dry out. To the first bowl, we're going to add a little bit of yellow food coloring to make the yellow batter. And then we're going to stir this until it becomes to the right consistency. And if you're used to making regular macarons, the right consistency for the vegan macarons is going to be way before the right consistency for the regular egg white macarons. As soon as the batter thins out, you can stop doing the macaronage. And now we're going to grab one of those piping bags from the beginning and we're going to place it in a cup and transfer the batter to the piping bag. And just leave it like this for now, set it aside. And now let's work with the purple batter. I'm adding a little bit of purple and I'm also going to add a little touch of blue. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to fold the batter just until the batter becomes a little bit runny, not too much. You don't want the figure 8 state forming. I know I've said this on my vegan videos before, but that tends to cause cracked macarons or spread out feet. So if you're finding that your macarons are cracking in the oven or the feet are spreading out too much, just try to do the macaronage just until it looks like this. So if you notice here, the batter is actually breaking up from the spatula. It's not flowing effortlessly off the spatula. And this is going to help you also with hollow macarons. So this is something that's worth trying if you're having issues with vegan macarons. Now transfer the batter to another sealed piping bag. And with scissors, you want to snip the ends of the piping bags And we're going to place the piping bags inside that large piping bag fitted with the round tip that we prepared in the beginning of the video. And then you can kind of scoot the batters in there together so the two colors flow out at the same time. And then place the piping bag directly 90 degrees on top of the center of a circle template and try to apply equal pressure on all sides of the piping bag as you're pressing out so both colors come out at the same time. You might get one or two macarons that are just yellow or just purple, and that's normal, it happens. And once you're done piping the macarons, bang the trays against the counter to release any air bubbles. And then use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles that might be on the surface of the shells. And then we're gonna let the macarons rest for 20 to 40 minutes. It depends on the humidity level or depends on how wet your batter was. And when the macarons are dry to the touch, that's time to bake. It's really important for you to find a baking temperature and baking time that works for your oven. For mine, I do my vegan macarons at 285 Fahrenheit, but please experiment with your own oven so you know what works best for you. And I baked my macarons for about 20 minutes, but again, you're gonna have to adjust the baking time and the baking temperature to your own oven. Now we're gonna make the vegan lemon buttercream. We're gonna need 4 tablespoons of vegan butter straight from the fridge. You don't need to soften it. And we're going to cream the vegan butter until it becomes a little bit softer and creamy for about 1 minute with the mixer. And then we're going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar and the zest of 2 lemons and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And then we're going to cream again until it becomes smooth and creamy. If you find that the buttercream is too dry, you can add a little bit of more lemon juice or water. And if you find that the buttercream is too runny, you can add a little bit more powdered sugar. And now we're going to place the lemon buttercream in a piping bag fitted with a medium round tip. And then we're going to pipe a ring of buttercream around the edges of each bottom shell. And last but not least, we're going to add a little bit of blueberry jam to the middle of each macaron. Okay, so 3 things that I want you to have in mind when making vegan macarons. The first, the meringue needs to be as stiff peaks. Second, don't overmix the batter during the macaronage. Mix until it just becomes a little bit runny, then stop and pipe. And third, and probably the most important one, have an oven thermometer and find out what temperature works best for your own oven. I hope this was helpful and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more macaron videos. I post new videos every week and I have many macaron recipes and different flavors on my blog. Thank you. Bye.